Welcome everyone to a new episode of Journey into 1001 Comics. This is your host, Dr. Peter. For this episode, I'm going to talk about a comic strip that first appeared back in 1897 in the good old US of A. It was created by a German immigrant of Rudolph Dirks. It appeared on the Sunday edition of the New York Journal. It's the Katzenjammer Kids. The comic strip follows two brothers, Hans and Fritz, as they pull pranks or rebel against their mother and pretty much every adult figure in the comic strip, with the end result of the brothers getting punished for their actions. Katzenjammer Kids is one of the most important and influential comic strips of all time. It was one of the first strips to use speech bubbles, indicating the use of dialogue. Due to its episodic nature of the series, it was very reader-friendly. There was very little or no continuing plot points or continuity from each chapter or strip. The Katzenjammer Kids greatly influenced by another strip I reviewed a while ago, Moritz. Both books are very similar in structure and beat for beat in storytelling, except for the part of Moritz getting killed in the end. Now, as for the comic strip itself, from what I've read, it's a funny and entertaining comic. The only negative aspect holding this comic down is the story. Yes, it's episodic, but yet it gets extremely repetitive in its plot. But still, it's an important comic that everyone out there should at least take the time, search for it, and read and appreciate this landmark in the history of comics. Katzenjammer Kids is distributed by King Features, and it's still one of the oldest and long-running comic strips of all time. It's still going on. Dirks left the comic strip around 1912 and pursued a long legal battle with the New York Journal over ownership of the characters. It was a long 2-year battle, which Dirks won ownership of the characters, with the paper retaining name and able to still publish the Katzenjammer Kids, which resulted Dirks to create the Captain and the Kids in 1918, which is very similar to the Katzenjammer Kids. So if you got any free time, please check out the Katzenjammer Kids. It's a very entertaining comic strip.